bounce and jump for KidsTV. My name is Sonia and I'm so excited to be with you today on this very special day. Do you know what day it is today, boys and girls? Yes, it's Sunday, but what else? That's right, it's Mother's Day. Now, I hope you've been spoiling your mummies or your aunties or your grandmas. I hope you've been spoiling those special ladies that look after you. Maybe you've made them breakfast in bed or given them some flowers. Mummies are really important people. And in the Bible, there are lots of different mummies who do lots of great things to serve God. I'm going to read to you today from Samuel about Samuel's mummy, Hannah. Now, Hannah hadn't been able to have any children of her own, and this made her really, really sad. One day, she was crying because she was so sad that she started talking to God about it. And she said to God, "Oh Lord, if you will look upon my sadness and answer my prayer to give me a son, I will give him back to you. He will be yours for his whole life." Now, as she was praying, someone saw her because she wasn't praying with her mouth. She was praying words in her heart. They just saw her mumbling away. She wasn't praying out loud. And they thought that she'd been drinking too much wine. "No," she said, "I haven't been doing that. I'm just really sad and I was pouring my heart out to the Lord. Don't think that about me. I'm just really, really sad." In that case, Eli said to her, "Go in peace and may God grant you the prayer that you've asked of him. May he answer your prayer," that means. "Oh, thank you," she said. She went back, joined everyone else, began to eat again, and no longer felt sad. Well, the entire family got up the next morning to go and worship God again. And the Lord remembered the prayer of Hannah. And a few months later, she gave birth to a son, and she named him Samuel, for she said, "I asked the Lord for him." Now, I wonder how much you know about Samuel. Hannah there, she promised, didn't she, that when Samuel grew older throughout his whole life, he would serve the Lord. So she dedicated Samuel back to the Lord. But boys and girls, some of us will have had a dedication or will have had a Thanksgiving where our parents have thanked God for us and they've asked God to keep us safe. And our parents pray for us to know Jesus for ourselves. Now, as Samuel grew older, he was a boy and he was lying in bed one night and he heard the voice of God. How amazing was that? He didn't even know God for himself at that point, but Eli helped him know that that was God. And then throughout his life, he heard the voice of God loads of different times and he was able to give people messages from God. He was really important in helping people hear from the Lord. And all because Hannah had prayed for him, had prayed that she would be able to have her son and had prayed to God and said, "I will give him back to you." But he chose God for himself. Now, mummies want you to know Jesus for yourselves, boys and girls. They don't want to just you to know him because they know him. They want you to grow older and know him for themselves. A few years ago, on Mother's Day, can you see that? I had this lovely gift from my children. Their handprints on this lovely vase. Now this one's hand here, look, it was much smaller than my hand. That one, his hand is now even bigger than my hand because he's grown older. And mummies will look after you. They'll care for you. But their prayer is that as you grow bigger, you will choose to be Jesus's best friend for yourself. So mummies are special. Even Jesus had a special mummy, Mary. God knew the importance of mummies in people's lives. So look after your mummy today, look after her tomorrow, and I'll see you next week on KidsTV. Bye!